we go just into talk mode, what we can do is we just go from speaker view over to gallery view.
Okay. And if I don't, yeah, yeah, remind me if I don't.
Yeah, because then for your viewers, we'll be side to side per your normal show.
All right, so I'll start us in gallery, and then I'll bring us on Facebook. I'll start us here, then I'll go to speaker view for the to kick it off.
Cool.
Then, and then here. Okay, and I'll tell you how many suggestions we got. Oh, baby. Oh, here we go. All right, preparing. Here we go. Dude, how fun. Did Margot contact you? I don't know if she's taken the class.
She did. She was wondering if there was a taped version of it. I'm like, no, it's an interactive class.
Oh,
Um, but the timing just didn't work for her because this next one is pretty late. Um,
yeah, and she's on the East Coast.
yeah, exactly.
Um, all right. Well, here we go. All right, here we go, Marcus.
Hey,
Let's see. We've got 50 suggestions.
50?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Pick a number 1 to 50.
How about 36?
How about 36? All right, here we go. 50. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 40, 39, 8, 37. This comes from Oscar Mendoza. And
Nice.
the suggestion is Post Malone. Post Malone.
Post Malone. So like after Malone.
Well, I guess. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
All right. So go into speaker view, right?
Yep. All right.
All right. Oh, oh boy.
What a game.
I'm sorry.
I said, what a game. That was a game. Oh,
It was fun. I
yeah.
mean, can I be honest with you?
Yeah. I mean, Frank, you got to be honest with me. If we don't have honesty, we got nothing.
I know. I know. I've never really been that into sports.
You, you and I go to sports all the time. But you aren't into it? Are you just going to it for me?
I like the social interaction,
Oh, wow.
but for me, like whenever I have to be playing the sport, you know?
Not watching the sport. You got to play the sport. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, just watching it just feels kind of passive. I don't like passive things.
Yeah. I mean, you're an active dude. You've never wanted to sit around. Let me ask you this. A Sunday, you got nothing going on. Can you just do nothing?
I don't I don't never have nothing going on. I
But that's like
I
torture
was
for you. That is torture, is to have sit down and do absolutely nothing for an hour.
yeah. I mean, if I've got a little swath of time, I'm like looking at the garden and I'm thinking, well, I could dig in the dirt.
Do you think it's that you don't ever feel like you've done enough? Do you think you could ever just sit back and relax, or your mind's always thinking you got to do something?
It's yeah, it's kind of like what's the next thing? Like um just gotta grab some lotion. I noticed my hands were getting chapped.
Wow, so you can't even just let your hands be. You're always looking to improve.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of what life is about? Like taking what you have and then taking the next step forward.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what life is.
We don't want to just be stagnant. You know, stagnacity uh,
Yeah,
either is a word or not a word. I'm going to choose in this moment to say it's a word.
it's a word, dude. I know stagnacity is a word. And you know how I know that? Is because in, oh my God, in ninth grade, that was the word that tripped me up in the spelling bee.
You did a spelling bee?
Yeah, I made it to the final round, and it was me against Carl Lundgren. And then,
Carl Lundgren?
yeah, you remember Carl?
Yeah, I used to sit alone at lunchtime and eat the tuna sandwiches.
Yeah. You'll never guess what happened to Carl Lundgren. He formed Oracle, which is that huge computer company. He's a billionaire. He lives in Malibu.
I know what Oracle is.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
He's
remember stagnacity tripped me up because I put the S, I thought there was a silent S. So yeah, it is a word. Anyway, it is a word. And
okay.
to find out that you're stagnant means that you're not growing.
Absolutely. If you're stagnant, you're not moving forward. So, so it's like I mean, take you for example. I mean, you know, what did you do earlier today?
I mean, I got up at 7 and I took the dogs out, and then I read the newspaper and I did the crossword puzzle, and I did most of it. And yeah, I had lunch. I took
See,
a nap.
right there. We as humans are never not doing something. If you're standing there, you're doing something. You're breathing, the blood is coursing through your veins.
Yeah, because your
It's just,
brain is going all the time.
yeah, it just depends on like what you want to do with that potential energy. Because I fundamentally believe that all humans have potential energy.
You want to know what I want to do with my potential energy right now? Do you want the honest?
What?
You want the truth?
No, yeah.
Wait,
Hey,
no?
no, I do. We started this conversation with me being honest with you, and Frank wants you to be Frank, baby.
I want nothing more than to nap. That's what I want. I want to be able to sit, rest. I look at it like a robot. I want to be able to turn off, shut down, and not have my brain think. That would be the ultimate.
I mean, have you tried a lot of weed?
Wow. Yeah. I
No,
mean,
I mean like a ridiculous amount.
huh. You know, it's funny. I always thought like, you if you smoke too much, you could die, but that's never been the
It's
case.
never happened.
I mean, I don't know. You want to smoke some weed now? I mean, they're not bringing the cars for a little bit.
I mean, true story. I quit, but I drink.
Wait,
So
wait,
we could make a tea.
wait. You quit?
Yeah, well, I quit smoking. The smoke was getting to my lungs, so I figured that if we make tea, you know, you drink it and actually you can get way higher, man.
I can't believe you quit. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
But you seem real high right now. You're not high?
No, I'm high as
Okay.
all hell right now.
But you're not smoking. I get it. You're not smoking.
Yeah, I'm drinking it.
Yeah. I mean, that makes more sense because, like, I don't want to get anything in my lungs. So
I mean, I have some right here. I just put the tea in my hip flask. Do you want some?
uh, hell yeah, Frank, I want some.
All right.
What does my dad used to say? Over the lips. Wait, through the lips, over the gums. Watch out, stomach. Here it comes.
Oh my gosh, parents had the greatest the greatest phrases, didn't they?
Yeah, I I thought I wanted to be a dad just so I could tell dad jokes. Oh, here.
Oh, thanks. Wait, so I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you have like a dad joke in your queue. If you don't, you don't have to say anything.
Yeah, this is the first joke my dad ever told me. I was 7. You ready?
Okay.
Well, there's two. One, I'm going to tell you both jokes. These are the jokes my dad said. One, dude. First off, I'm kind of feeling high right now. I'm not gonna lie. That's really good. I'm kind of feeling relaxed. Uh,
I Yeah, it's good.
good. The first one is he found a head floating down a river, and it was singing, "I ain't got nobody." And so he took the head and he said, "Where do you want to go?" And the head says, "Take me to a bar." So my dad took this head to a
Hmm.
bar. He ordered a beer for the head and one for himself. He had a beer, the head had a beer, and then boom, the head grew a torso. And so my dad's like, give me another beer and a shot. So they did another beer, another shot, and boom, the head grew 2 arms. And then the bartender said, okay, you should stop now. My dad said, no, 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 give us another shot and a beer. And they did a shot and a beer, and boom, 2 legs. And then bartender says, you should stop right now. And the head goes, no, 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 we're gonna have another one. And my dad paid the bartender. He said, okay. And then the head drank, and my dad drank, and the head exploded. And the bartender said, should have stopped while he was ahead.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I mean, I was concerned after the first like two lines of that joke.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I was
it's a long
I
joke.
was I was seriously concerned because the way it was set up, like he takes the head and he takes it into a bar. Never mind, a life-filled head, but like as soon as like the head was going to take the shot,
Yeah.
I was wondering to myself, like, if he takes the shot or if he drinks the beer, it's just going to go through the mouth and pour out the neck without the body. So, had you not said that there was a body that was growing, I almost freaked out, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's here's the other joke. Are you ready for the other joke?
Um, yeah.
Okay, my dad went into a bar with a friend of his, and the bartender says, "Hey, what can I get you to drink, jackass?" And my dad turned to his friend and he goes, "Are you gonna let him call you jackass?" And my dad's friend goes, "Well, he always calls me that." Dude, I'm real high right now.
No, no, yeah. Oh my God, no, and yeah.
Yeah.
That both of your jokes took place in a bar.
Yeah, my dad, come to think about it, my dad, all of his jokes took place in a bar. Well, funny thing is, my dad took a lot of his life in a bar too. So, I mean, that's a whole nother story.
Did he?
Did he? Yeah, did he what?
Wait,
Yeah.
he took his life in a bar?
He spent most of his life in a bar.
Oh God. See, like every story, I'm getting paranoid.
Oh no, that's probably the weed, dude.
Okay. Because, like, literally, you said your father took his life in a bar, and I thought that something happened. I am misinterpreting everything.
No, he killed himself in a bar, not a bar.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it happens.
Do you need to talk about it?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's, he yeah, he developed this tinnitus in his ear, and then yeah, it just one day it just was enough. So I didn't mean to bring this down.
No, is no. I always want to be here for you wherever you're at, you know?
But you
And
are.
I
You're like
mean,
the only one who's here for me. You've been through a lot with me, so thank you.
thank you for trusting me. Oh, man. That So, well, we went on a journey.
Oh, dude. I mean, it was crazy. You know what's funny? Like, I mean, it, that happened to my uncle with the tinnitus. So like, it was a truth, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
know I could play scenes with you that I wouldn't necessarily like play with other people that I don't know, but I know like,
yeah.
oh, I know how you'd handle it, and it like as I didn't feel like it was the punchline to anything. It was just like, oh, that kind of just came up.
But that's what happens in our improv. Oh, do we want to switch back to gallery view?
Yeah, dude. I think we're on
Cool.
the gallery now. Yeah. So
Awesome.
for those who don't know, Marcus is working on this technique, and so we have been working on doing this kind of virtual, using the camera more. And actually, you took a screenshot of my background, so it looks like it's
Yeah.
your background. And like, yeah, tell people what you've been working on because it's really exciting in the world of improv and virtual improv, especially.
Yeah. So, well, first off, thanks for having me. This was a blast. Um, let's see. So, yeah, so I've been working on this technique called the fly technique, and it's FLI, and it stands for fixed lens improvisation. And the basic idea behind it is that in film and television, the camera moves around the subject, where now, because we're, in the shelter in place,
Yeah.
we get to perform for the camera, and it's a fixed lens. So it's really doing faux, like this is a faux over the shoulder shot, um, extreme close up. Um, but all this really came out of like I wanted to have like a kind of a cinematic quality because I feel like our audiences nowadays are used to watching television on a screen,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's different than improv. So I wanted to, as our character said, right? I didn't want to just stay there,
Magnetize.
the stagnasty. Uh,
And it's
so
interesting
yeah,
because as you're doing it too, it's like I have to move when you're moving one way, it's like you're kind of moving opposite of what it is on screen. So you have to train
hmm
your brain as well. And because we're in spotlight view, when I see, like, when you see me move, I'm off camera. So we're positioning ourselves when we're not the focus, which is like really interesting. So it's very exciting to be like, let's try different angles. And okay, I go over here and now here's something real dramatic. And you're right, it's using improv more for like cinematic, which is what it is because we don't have an audience. So now it's like you're exploring those techniques of how do we incorporate those techniques into what we're doing to kind of expand what's happening. It's very exciting, man.
Yeah, and it's a dance, right? It's like when we were just playing there, it's like, okay, I'm over here, and then oh, you switched camera angles, so now I'm gonna come here, and like matching relative head size. So it's like, I mean, improv's a dance, right?
And it's a dance that when you're on stage with someone, is easier because that's how you've always trained doing it. You know, nobody's
hmm
trained to do it with the camera angle, but it adds that different element where you're like, okay, this is something I know you're going to say. It's more dramatic because you're closer to the camera. So I have an idea of what you're going for. I know that it's headed that way, and it's just it is another way of like opening up the possibilities of what we can do. So it's not, I mean, remember when this first hit, dude, and everyone's like sitting down and they're like, oh, we'll just be sitting at a desk, and
Oh,
you're doing these cool things of like, you're taking somebody's background and putting it on yours and saying, okay, let's have these camera angles and these transitions, and it's like some really cool, inventive stuff.
well, thank you. Um, I mean, I'm having a blast. In fact, like I was mentioning just before this, I spent about like a week and a half to 2 weeks just building a production server that now actually lives in like an hour almost away from me, and I just remote in. But this server is there because it's got a 950 meg per second upload and an 800 meg download.
Wait,
You
so
know,
you created, like you built that?
yeah, I built a computer. Uh, it's the Moment Improv production server.
Yeah, yeah. I just built a computer.
Well,
Duh,
I mean,
duh.
so I really lucked out where like in a crazy way, this shelter in place. They say necessity is the mother of invention,
Right.
right? I needed a solution that was awesome, and so I have a tech background. I actually left IT for improv full time. Um, but yeah,
Smart move, dude. Smart financial security. A very secure move on your part.
right. But I'm in it for the love of the art form, really.
How did you get involved in improv? How'd you get started?
I actually I started in college. I was doing a improv show with a group by the name of I don't know. I thought it was your line. Don't know where that came from.
Hey, do not judge on names of groups. Do
Right.
not judge on that. Come on.
So yeah, so I was doing that for a bit, and then I within one semester I found myself in a weird position of like running the group. Um, and then after college, I jumped into a wonderful company, Leela. You know Jill.
Yep.
Um, did some work through there, and then jumped into We Be Negroes with Sean Landry.
Yeah.
Um,
I
did
love
a bunch of Oh
Jesus.
yeah, so did a bunch of shows through there, and I just kept doing it. And so now I'm 20 years deep and all in.
Where, if people want to find out, because you're offering classes on not just improv, like you're offering improv classes, obviously, but you're also offering on the fly technique. Like if they want to explore that more, what's an easy, like what's the best way for them to reach out, to follow you, to get more information about classes?
Sure, momentimprov.com. There's an online section, and really it's called the Teleprov series. So
Mm.
I've been translating my uh, regular 6 level training program into online, but the Teleprov series was built for online. And that Teleprov class 1, that is just literally all about like teaching people on camera presence. It's taking an improviser who has improv skills and putting them into the online medium so that they learn how to work in this space. Like I've got tape marks on my floor so I know where my edges are.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, this is my spike mark for when I'm doing one show. This is my spike mark for when I do a Listen Sam show.
Wow. And that's with Joe List, who like,
Yeah,
dude, again, like Joe List is one of those guys that growing up I knew about, and he is just all character driven. And so like watching the two of you, it's like what a great duo. He's somewhat I don't want to say forgotten, but definitely he needs to, he's someone that has been a part of improv history for sure.
he's brilliant, and it's such a joy to perform with him. Um, I can't pick him up as much as I usually do in shows because we're distanced. But we actually have a show this Saturday, and we're going to be playing with the fly technique
Where's that show going to be?
on the WWW. All you have to do, I need to still set up the Eventbrite. That'll be done by the end of the day. But you'll just go to momentimprov.com, go to the shows page, and there'll be little links. Right now, the shows are free because I want this style of improv to get out there. But it's super exciting because now that the show infrastructure is built, now it's all about just play. We're coming up with all kinds of different shows, so it'll be a blast.
Dude,
I
it
want to get you into play too.
always, man. It was so fun, and it's also like it's so fun to be in a situation where you're like, oh, okay, he moved. All right, I'm gonna move here. Like it was just so fun to try and navigate that, and the finished product looks really cool. But to be able to see it from the back end, to be able to see how you're moving, and you know that that's not happening Like the audience doesn't see it, but I see you move it, and then it's like you said, it's that fun dance. So man, thanks for playing. I loved it, dude.
Well, thanks for having me again.
Uh, Whenever we play next, whether it's virtual or in person, can't wait, brother. And it's good seeing you, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Boom. Take care, Jay.
Bye, Marcus.